All right, so we're live. We're here.
We rolling already?
We're rolling,
Oh,
dude.
no,
I just
no way.
hit it fast because I just wanted it to have it. I mean, I can always cut it. It's not a big deal.
Welcome back, everybody, to
Welcome back.
episode 7.
Episode 7 of the Earthboys podcast. My name is Emmy,
My name is Jaden.
and today is another lovely Tuesday. And I just seen a video where it was like it's a OnlyFans model was receiving. It looked like 20 to 30 text messages, like paragraphs, dude, like essays you would write in middle school type length, like several thumb scrolls worth of text. And then the video at the very bottom was the dude at a tattoo shop, and he got old girl's face tattooed on his leg, and he was like, "Do you like it?" And he's like, he spent like 30 grand or 3,000. I don't know. I didn't see the number so quickly, but it was like 3 grand this month or 30 grand this year. I don't know, some ridiculous amount of money he spent on this person's OnlyFans.
Dude, that's the current, like,
And he was like, "Please, I
of the
love you.
world.
Like, please, I love you. Like, baby, please respond to me." And he's like, literally the whole thing is just bricks of text. And then the last one at the bottom was the video of him at the tattoo shop. Like, "Do you like it?"
See, that's the thing with, like, modern day and, like, pushing away, like, I guess you could say a brand of masculinity, where, like, you find these internet goblins that are willing to just, like, give all this money to some random internet
person,
because
Yeah.
I can't use the word, but damn, like,
Yeah, dude, that's so like, I'm still wrapping my mind around it.
the word kind of rhymes with institute. I get no, not really.
Oh my god, you fucking idiot!
Oh my god, that's so sickening. Like, that's the real illness going around the world right now. Is that it's
Yeah.
like, dude, you know how easy it is to, like, find a normal girl or a girl that's just as attractive as that girl you're looking at on screen, or if not even more attractive
I don't think it's
in person.
well.
Like, obviously confidence is lacking in today's world, I feel like, but also, dude, it's not that hard to talk to girls, and if you're spending that much money on a random internet girl, like, you have the money to maybe go, I don't know, get a gym membership, I don't know, go buy some clothes that
Dude could have bought a whole brand new car if you wanted to.
go buy clothes that make you more attractive, like,
Yeah,
I don't know, go to a fucking class where, like, you can learn how to talk to people.
I think
Why would you want some person through a screen
I don't know.
versus, like, maybe even someone that's, like, actually likes you in
It's
person?
like, well, I think it has to do with, like, it's a. So when in my brain, I'm breaking it down to its most basic parts, and I think one part of it is your basic porn addiction. You know what I mean? Like, as the base layer. So
Yeah.
it's like they're addicted to that stimulation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're addicted to the sexualization of somebody, but then they have that because they're spending money and because they're talking to this person, they're creating that parasocial relationship with this individual online.
Even though it's either like a bot or
Even though it's a bot, or even though that person on the other side knows that they're just making money off of this person.
yeah,
And I think that for a lot of dudes today, it's like, if you spend X amount of money, then there's no way a girl can reject you. Because they
Dude.
probably convinced themselves that by spending money, they look attractive because they have the wealth to do so. And so I think that deep down, they're thinking, if I continue to spend money and show them that I'm a top spender, or show them that I care, like, maybe they'll give me a chance.
dude, that's crazy.
And they'll stop all of this and just be mine. You know what I mean?
Because I was just thinking about that in my room actually earlier. I don't know why. Like, I was like, sometimes I pre-think of conversations before we have them. Like,
Yeah.
for the pod, not in real life.
Right.
Or unless I think of something funny and I'm like, oh, I'm going to hit him with this later.
Right.
But I was just thinking about that, where it's like, the dudes that, like, go on the first date and they go to an expensive restaurant, or they spend like $200 on dinner, and then they're angry when the girl doesn't hit them back up. It's like, dumb.
Oh, yeah.
Just because you spent money doesn't mean she has, like, an obligation to either,
Right.
I don't know, sleep with you or another date or this and that. That's why I'm like, dude, just keep it simple. Coffee shop. Like,
Yeah, go somewhere
something
basic. I don't know.
simple.
You don't have to spend all that money on the first date to flex on a girl that's probably not going to care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they're expecting, so a lot of dudes in their mind, it's like, I took this girl out, I spent a lot of money on this dinner, You know, we dressed up. I took her to a really nice place. The least she can do is top me off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like they just have it in their head of like, well, at least I'll get something out of it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and it's like that's not how it works, buddy. You know, you go on a date, you woo them. You know, who knows? You take it, you play it by ear. You can't just expect. It's not like a like you're going to the store and you're spending money, you know, to get something, an item. You know what I mean? I think a lot of dudes have convinced themselves that it's like, if they, like I said before, if they spend a certain amount of money, then it's guaranteed.
Yeah.
But that's not the case.
I think it's okay. So I would say like the whole date thing in person is more understandable. Not saying that like any girl owes you anything,
Right.
like,
No one owes you shit.
but even then, like the internet type thing, it's like this girl's job is to receive money online from people just like you, and there's a lot of them out there. And some of these dudes are either like I don't know, putting themselves in financial ruin to fund these girls,
Right.
or they have it like that and they're still spending money on these girls. Where I'm like, it must be one of the like I don't get it. Like I know
Like, in
I know
what-
I
in
know
what
money
world?
doesn't make you not a dork, but also it's like, dude, it's not too hard to go out there, maybe go into a nice place. You know, like if you have that type of money where you're dropping on these girls, clearly you have the money to maybe go somewhere nice in your city. Like if it was our city, you go to
Like
Little
imagine
Italy.
if that money was put to good use for the
I mean,
community.
To them, it's fuck the community.
Oh well,
That-
I'm just
that's-
giving an example, but
Yeah.
in their mind, they're like, it's my money, I can spend it how I want to, so I'm going to spend it,
No,
you
like
know, on this person.
not even like the community or anything. It's like your money, you can do whatever you want with it. Like I don't care that these dudes are doing it, but we're all like sitting here like,
That's
idiot,
crazy.
like clown.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I think, say that dude had a girlfriend and let's say, how much did he spend?
I don't know. It's like three.
I
I think the
I haven't
three
seen the
grand.
video.
I think the 3 grand I seen was like that was how much the tattoo cost, or that's how
Uh-huh.
much he spent in that particular month. But it was scroll. The person was scrolling by so fast that I couldn't read all of the text. It was just like walls
costs
and
money.
walls of text.
It costs money to text these girls, right? Is what it is.
Well, I think I don't know what that whole thing is, but I think he paid for access to her phone line of some sort, and like he.
Yeah, like the internal messaging or whatever.
No. It's like an iMessage.
Oh,
It's like a text message. It's
Damn.
like text, like wall of text messages, like actual to the phone
because
number.
he thinks it's her actual phone number because it's not.
Something like that. I don't know
Because
if it's a
usually those girls
burner or
either
what.
have bots or they have people working for them that reply.
Or they
to
just
these
have
people.
a separate phone line
Yeah.
that they use specifically for that reason or whatever. But either way, the dude was like sending over days, sending hella messages, and then finally the one at the bottom was like, "Do you like it? I went and got your face tattooed on my leg." That's crazy.
Okay, so let's start at the very bottom. This person obviously has some type of traumas from childhood up to now. They probably sound like a very obsessive person.
Very obsessive.
Like that's that person that like they had that girlfriend one time and then she broke up with him after like 2 days, and now he's still
and dude
thinks about
dude
it.
never recovered
And dude
from
never recovered from it, so he's like finding shit to glom onto. So I get like, I'm not blaming.
There's a lot of factors
the
there.
girl, but also it's like it's all the blame is on the dude in my opinion. Like I don't
Well, yeah, it's 100%.
like these girls.
dude.
Those type of girls are gonna exist no matter what era.
Right,
we're
and they
living
can do whatever they want because we have free will and it's a free country. So I have no problems with that. My only issue is how does a person rationalize spending all of that money but for nothing? Like you're not really getting anything out of
in. No,
it.
you're getting absolutely nothing out of it.
And then
I
that's
would
the
rather
part
go
that's
take that money
mind-blowing.
and fucking take it to the casino.
You
Or
might as well blow it on a slot machine.
yeah, I'd rather blow it on like crypto if we're sitting here wasting money. Like, I don't get it. And it's funny because you have these guys that have the money, and we've all seen the screenshots on Twitter where like this
Yeah.
dude spent like 60 grand over X
Yeah,
amount
there
of
was
time.
another
You're like,
guy who
whoa.
spent 60 grand and met the person, and the creator was weirded out by that. Like they're like, "Ew, I can't believe like."
But also, like, what does she expect? Someone's blowing that much money.
Well, of
Obviously,
course.
she's not thinking about it because she's
Making the money.
basically making more than college graduates, and she's just going nude on the internet. That's probably one of those things where like money doesn't have an actual value to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously, we saw screenshots the other day of certain people's accounts with their top spenders. That one congressman that went to jail or whatever.
Oh yeah, he spent like 300 grand.
Yeah. So like,
His name was like Santos or something.
I don't know.
George I don't know.
Don't get the name wrong.
No. I'm
But-
pretty sure his last name is Santos.
But I would look that up though. I don't know the guy's name. But like that's crazy to me. Like obviously, do you think she cares about money at all? Like she made 300 grand over the course
I don't
of
think
whatever
so.
whatever that dude's been subbed, and that's just one dude. That's your top spender. So it's like,
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of these motherfuckers out there. They're just
like,
gonna.
what does he get out of that? Like, if you're gonna go for that, go for it, bro.
You might as well just go in person and like take
be
her
like,
out on a date. Dude.
Yo, hey, do you want to move into this crazy ass house? Like, I don't know. And if she doesn't like it, whatever. You know how many girls there are just in your
That would
county?
want that situation.
Yeah.
For sure. There's tons of them out there.
Yeah.
You have pick of the litter at that point. Why
Yeah.
would you spend all this? Anyway,
I mean,
don't know.
granted, he's gonna face criminal charges. No.
Yeah, his name is George Anthony Santos, American politician who served as U.S. representative for New York's 3rd Congressional District from January to December 2023. So he was basically kicked out of Congress for embezzling money
And blowing it
lying about his career and basically bamboozling all of New York into believing that he was legit and this guy's a fake.
I mean, let's be real. The state of New York.
Hey man, he's living hard, he's living fast, and he paid the consequences for his actions at the end of the day.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, but that's besides the point. The point was that he spent $300,000 on OnlyFans, dude.
I don't.
He
get
might as
it.
well have given me that $300,000. You and I could have done way better with $300,000, and we're not even financially savvy like that in terms of investing money. Like I don't know. It's just mind-boggling to me how it just doesn't matter to some people, you know.
Bro has that much money, and I think it was like campaign funding that he spent. Too.
Yeah,
like it wasn't even his money.
It wasn't his money, but it doesn't matter. It was the
Yeah.
fact that a ridiculous amount of money was spent.
Like, why doesn't
Either way.
like if he really is like horn dogging that hard, why doesn't he just fly to Amsterdam and go to the red light district for like a fucking month or
Nah.
whatever it is? You'd spend less money,
I don't
and
know.
you're actually getting some.
I think it's like asking a crack addict why they do crack. They don't have anything to tell you. They just
they're
are
like,
like,
dude.
I just do it.
He's like, have you tried it,
Straight up. Yeah.
dude? That's so crazy.
But it is wild. It's just something I seen this morning and was like, I got to talk to him on the podcast.
But
about
also,
this.
it is one of those things. If we take it to like different levels, like obviously not just OFs and stuff like that, but even like obviously we've seen those dudes that have like their girlfriend and like their girlfriend is only their life, and then you just see them blowing money on just that girl, and it's like, how long is that gonna last, buddy? Like that's kind of like, I get it if you're in an actual normal relationship where it's healthy and like, there's healthy levels of spending or this that and the other.
Yeah.
But then you see those people that are just like, you know, that person doesn't have the money to be like doing X, Y, and Z, and
but they're doing it
And
full
you-
on.
Yeah, and you're just like, ugh. Like I guess it's better than spending money on online girls, but like still, it's like, even then, it's like when you just see people making bad financial decisions, you're like, that's
Dude, it
rough.
still hurts
Yeah.
watching people be financially irresponsible. But you got to like at that point, it's just like you got to deal with your own consequences.
What's that guy's channel that we like? The guy with the curly hair, where he's always talking to the people, and he's always like,
Oh,
"What do you
Caleb.
mean you spent this much money?"
Yeah, Caleb. I don't remember what the name of the channel is, but his name is Caleb. And
Dude,
he gets so pissed off. Like the higher pitched his voice is, the more pissed off he is.
I can't tell if he's doing like half a bit while he's doing like.
I don't
filming
think
them.
it's a bit, dude. I think
I
he's
think he's
just
just
genuinely.
serious.
I think he's just genuinely like that, and because he's like a nerdy guy, like his voice just does that.
I mean, all those finance bros. I mean, they're not even finance bros. They're just like, what genre would you call those? Like,
I would call them finance bros.
oh, is that what they are?
I would say so.
But like, okay, so like, there's that internet like. There's the douchey side of them, and then there's like the helpful side of them.
Well, yeah. There's
Like
a whole,
I've seen
it's like
the
a
douche
whole
guys where they're like,
Venn diagram.
you could make I don't know how everyone's poor. You could make a million in a month. It's so easy. This,
Well,
that, and
those are the
like,
annoying finance bros.
those guys like, please wrap your Ferrari. around a pole.
Those are the like finance influencers.
Yeah.
If we want to be specific,
And then there's the actual guys that like actually
the
help
actual
you out.
the
that
actual
give you-
finance bros are the good people.
the ones that like actually help you with like, oh, this card is good, or like maybe you should do this or this or that and the other.
Right.
Especially since in that space on YouTube, it has the highest like click percentage rating as far as
the
like
click through rate.
no, not click through rate. What is it? Where you get is it CPM or whatever? Like they get a higher monetization rate than normal areas of YouTube.
Oh,
Is
okay.
what it is. But yeah, no, those are funny. Like he was talking to a dude that had like an addiction to like Dutch Bros,
Oh, damn.
and like dude was always just there buying drinks, and like they're like $10 a drink or something weird. It was a small clip, and or the girl where she's like, I don't know if we already talked about this in the pod, where she's like DoorDash and Jersey Mike's every day, but
Every day is crazy.
not paying her fucking minimum balance.
Dude. It's like, look, I'm going to be real. I have had a DoorDash problem in the past, and I've been scaling it back over time.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's DoorDash.
Everyone DoorDashes stuff. You know, now it's like, okay, I can do it like 2 times a week and be good because I've been good about, you know, eating at my parents' house and then eating at work. And so, like, I still order DoorDash, but it's not as frequent as it was before.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing those people, like, on that show, being like, I'm literally $5,000 in credit card debt and I refuse to pay my monthly minimum.
And it's not even like necessary where it's like car payment or
no,
like
it's on bullshit.
Or college or like a house. It's literally just I have bad spending habits and this credit card gives me freedom, but also actually jails me.
Actually, yeah.
But it's like say you leave credit cards out of it. It's with those people that have like $74 in their checking account. And they're like, yeah, I could spend $25 on DoorDash.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like there's still something in there. Like, if there's money in there, I can spend it. What do you mean?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's the types, not the normal person that actually, like...
Well, that's how it was when I lived in Seattle. It was just like, I knew I was getting paid every Friday. It was at least $1,000 every Friday. So it was like, dude, like, it just did not matter.
Mm-hmm.
I had zero concept of, like, save this money. Put it aside.
Yeah, but these people are also not like... How old were you when you were there?
I was 21 years old.
21?
21, 22.
21 in a very... How do you say? Not to be like that, but like very liberal city with like... Obviously college-aged kids doing dumb shit. And then obviously a lot of...
Yeah.
Substances in the area too. Like obviously like all those mixed together. Like, come on. You know how San Francisco is.
I mean, if I was on that guy's show, I would have had a pretty good episode. My shit would have been interesting.
No, because yours wouldn't have been bad because you didn't have any debt. You didn't have any credit cards then.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So like yours would just be like you're making
right.
it as fast as you can spend it.
You're
which
right.
Is like it is what it is.
I was breaking even.
Yeah. These people are actually like.
Well, that's true because I'm thinking of another guy who had bought like a truck or something, or I don't remember if it was like his mom took a line of credit out in his name, and then bought a car with it. And he was making the payments on the card for his mom, and the mom was driving the car. And he was just like, yeah, she didn't tell me, but it just happened, and like I just pay for it. Like, what? And it's like it was like a $700-800 monthly payment or something like that. It's like, why?
What do you like?
How do you let that happen?
Like, obviously you can't put your mom in jail, but you can. But like, that's bad.
But that's really bad.
That's really bad.
Like, really bad.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I just like every time I see those videos, I just sit there in silence for a couple minutes afterwards. Like, wow, people really just be doing this to themselves.
And the worst part is, it's not even people with like good credit; it's people with like low credit.
Yeah.
That are fucking themselves buying like cars they're getting like a 25% APR.
Yeah, dude. Or I mean, there was another one that I thought was ridiculous. Was this person was getting like they had several $1,000s worth of debt, and they were still just getting payday loans for like super small stuff. It was like the interest was like over 100% for like a $70 loan on something like that. I don't know. It was something really like the numbers were just like what? Someone just made this up.
Have you seen that video? It's like these guys, and he's sitting like outside the car, kinda, and he has his phone, and he looks up his credit score, and it's like 1 or something.
Oh no!
And everyone's clowning on him.
Oh, is that the one? He's he's sitting inside of a shitty car, and everyone's clowning on him, like standing outside.
Yeah.
And
everyone's like, he couldn't even borrow an idea. Dude, that's so crazy. I'm not gonna lie though. Obviously, I don't say this. Like, it's just more of a funny thought. Like, now that I've hit the excellent category of credit.
Oh, right.
Not like we were on Xbox Party Chat then. Remember, I went to the Mercedes website just to see what the rate would be on stuff. Like, obviously, it's fun to like sit there and like, fuck around. Like, I went to the Porsche website the other day just to make the GT3 that I want, you know. But that's just how it is. Like, everybody has goals that they want. Like, I would love a Porsche. But I was just looking at the Mercedes ones, and I was like, okay, this monthly payment, that could be doable.
Yeah.
But knowing damn well I'm gonna buy a fucking Toyota like next year.
I mean, it's fun to pretend and see like, you know, what it would be if you were able to just do it, you know.
I mean, Isn't it funny? There's like the people that like pretend like this would be fun, and then there's people that are like, oh, I don't think about my consequences. Let's do it.
Yeah, they don't. The only line of thinking is, I like that, so I'm gonna have it at all means necessary, by all means, and it doesn't matter if this financially ruins me because I'm enjoying this right now, and that's what matters.
Yeah,
It's like, ooh,
that's insane.
that's crazy. People have like no regard for their financial stability.
I'm gonna go watch that guy's channel later. Scroll
Yeah,
through,
sometimes
see
I'll
if there's
binge like
anything
an
new.
hour's worth of clips, and it's like it makes me not want to spend any money at all. Like I'm like my stomach's rumbling and I'm sitting there like I'll just wait till dinner.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's so wild. It's very eye opening though. It's
Yeah,
like at the same time that I feel because I don't, it's not that I feel bad for these people, but I have that feeling of like, whoa, if I was in that situation, I would feel like shit.
yeah.
But at the same time, it makes me feel better because I know that it's like, okay,
You're not.
I
You're
have
nowhere
I have
near
a
that
decent head
scenario.
on my shoulders when it comes to this stuff, and you know what I mean. I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I'm owing thousands and thousands of dollars because I just refuse to make my payments on my card, or I just
Yeah.
refuse to accept the reality that I can't afford nice things,
Yeah.
right now at this moment.
Honestly, that's one of those things where I just accept it that I can't like outright afford nice things. Like, yeah, I could buy myself a nice pair of shoes here and there, like because obviously you need shoes or clothing or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not out here like I need a Gucci shirt, dog. I need
Right, waking up in a cold
Louis
sweat,
socks.
like I need the Chanel now.
yeah. Like
Get the sleep paralysis demon like flexing on you, and you're like,
broke.
no, you're broke. Like,
No,
even in your dreams, they're like broke ass motherfuckers.
yeah.
No, I can't escape it.
Dude. Yeah, honestly, it's so funny when I do see people buying clothes and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Like, oh, I like that, but not enough to like buy it. My jeans, I always have a black pair of Levi's in the lineup, just a regular black pair of Levi's.
Yeah,
Now, obviously, now with like the world getting so expensive, they're still like $75, so it's still like you
right.
buy them. I bought these shoes for retail, which is like 120. Like that sounds normal for a pair of shoes these days.
Yeah,
Not to plug the company, but I just wear Built Basic shirts, which is a really good company in my opinion. Like these shirts last forever, and they don't look worn down, even though I've had these for a while. And they're a little on the pricey side, but they have sales often. Like I'm not out here buying these clothes. Like I buy the same black stance socks.
yep.
Like I love that my wardrobe is just minimal because in reality people don't care.
No, not at all.
Or like my favorite is when people are like, damn, I can dress, and it's like those are just baggy ripped pants.
Oh, don't even get me
and
started.
chains.
Don't even get me started on that shit. I mean, you and I are both just basic dudes. We just get whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we have like our brands that we like.
Or like here and there is fine, but it's like
Yeah.
Don't
Well,
act
there's
like-
a difference. Obviously, there's a difference.
like this quote unquote type of drip that people think they have, or
Ew.
I don't know if that is even out of style now, but it's like, do you imagine pulling up in like a professional place dressed like that? Like you'd look like a clown.
And they wouldn't even care that it was some one of one or one of five designer like hot drop on some shit that you
Yeah.
spent $7,000
They'd be
on.
like,
It's
"What
like,
the fuck?"
dude, you look like a used napkin.
Yeah, dude, you literally look like you found those clothes from a homeless guy.
Like,
But I'm not gonna lie, that one homeless guy up in North Park,
hey,
that guy with
That
I
guy's got
I saw him yesterday,
yeah,
and I told my dad we were driving to pick up my car.
the
right?
guitar guy.
No, not the guitar guy. The guy with the fucking the big leather trench coat.
Oh, that guy. Oh, you've
Yeah,
seen him again?
I've seen-
Yeah,
he's always
yeah.
in that corner,
With the really nice trench coat.
dude.
Hey, that guy
I
was
told my dad,
styling.
I was like, look at that guy. Every time I see it, I like his trench coat. Obviously, it was obviously a little cleaner and nicer.
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah.
The concept of that trench coat, that was probably made in the 70s, and where it's like
That
nice.
good quality to
That
where it
good
lasted.
quality.
It lasted. Yeah. No, dude, it's just like, I don't know. I guess you and I just aren't like, we aren't stimulated by the falsehoods of the shiny item.
I mean, I don't think it's bad having shiny items. I just think me and you stay in our lane. I guess you could
Well,
say
we can enjoy shiny items, but we don't have to have all of the shiny items, is what I'm saying.
I would say we stay. We act our wage, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest things is just acting.
We've
your
at least
wage.
accepted that we can't be spending above our means on just ridiculousness.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. If I had money, I would have nicer things, but I don't think I would be like. I I swear to God, I always say this. I think the only thing that would change is what I drive. Other than that,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Hmm.
I'd still have an
I'd
Apple Watch
I'd
like a
still wear
dork.
the same shit. I'd still buy my stuff from Vans or Zoomies or whatever. Like
Hmm.
I like that loose fit skater type, baggy pants type style. That's just always been like my thing. I don't think I'd ever change that. Like I have no reason for like Tommy Hilfiger nice ass shirts or Polo nice ass shirts or Lacoste nice ass stuff. Like there's some clothing brands like Burberry, maybe I'd get a scarf or there's like a couple things here and there that I would allow myself to
Hmm.
have because it's like I can afford it. Like I want to get one or two nice things. Everybody
Yeah.
deserves one or two nice things. Sure, whatever. But I'm not going to like make my whole personality having those things.
Yeah.
I at least know the difference.
No, yeah, I feel you on that. I just don't like going to Zoomies anymore. Well, I just feel like their t-shirts are like $30.
Yeah.
I could buy a built t-shirt for that, and it's
Right.
not gonna
I
like
mean,
fade.
I'll go to Zoomies if I want a specific style of shirt,
Hmm.
then that I have an idea in mind, then that's the place where I want to go. Otherwise, I've recently just bought like a pack of 5 black shirts,
Let's
like
go.
the fucking basic ones,
Yes.
and then I got a pack of 12 pairs of black socks,
Yep.
and then I got 3 pairs of black sweatpants, like exactly like the ones you see here,
Yeah.
and that's it.
That's the move.
Like that was it. And then I asked for a new pack of the new 6-pack of underwear or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
that's my whole same outfit every single day. Cartoon character status, like wearing all black. Like that's just
Yeah.
so.
Don't
If I
get
want
me
a
wrong,
graphic tee, I'll go to Zoomies.
I do like fashion in a sense, but nothing like over the top. Like, I would say my fashion levels that I like is like maybe a cut below like Lewis Hamilton. Like some of the stuff he wears, I'm like, that's not even that style.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, I don't have the money that he does.
Yeah, to just be wearing those things.
Just to be wearing those things.
Uh-huh.
Like, but I don't know. It is one of those interesting things. But also, like, we're closer to 32, so it's like you're not gonna be wearing like these kid outfits that you see all the young
Well,
kids wearing.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like a lot of these people are younger people that see the items, the high value items, and they're like, it's so nice,
Mhm.
it's amazing. Like obviously, like we're getting older, so the appeal to that type of stuff has waned over time. It's just gone down.
Dude, no, actually, you know what's funny about that? The whole generation, like when I was going through high school and college and shit, I don't think my generation, from what I saw, none of them were really into like full on designer shit.
Not
Even
as
the
much
girls,
as it is now.
like yeah, I would say some of the girls wanted like the bag or the shoes or whatever. But when we were growing up and stuff, none of the dudes that I knew wanted designer shit. And that's one thing that I noticed, obviously, back in the day when I did have TikTok, is that the younger generation really, I guess, idolizes more so designer shit, which is kind of weird. I wonder what changed
Actually, yeah.
from their
Now that you
generation to
mention
ours.
it,
You know?
yeah. Because I remember in high school and college, like I would say 95% of the people I knew like didn't care about any of that stuff.
Yeah.
They were just buying whatever they liked, or they would go thrifting at the Goodwill, or
Hmm.
it was like they just had their stuff that they liked, and that was it. But I also was never in that around those types of people that were just obsessed with
Yeah.
designer brands and having the latest
Or just
whatever.
even hype brands, like you didn't really see.
Well, it was
You
okay.
didn't see Bape back in the day too often. You
No,
didn't
but
see
the one brand that I
Supreme.
remember being like that though was Supreme.
Supreme was probably still not our high school generation though. That's still a little below us.
Well, I had people in my class that were like all about it.
Yeah, there's always going to be those people. I'm not saying there wasn't at all. But also, didn't you go to a private school?
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, people were still into stuff even though I went to private school.
Well, I mean, private school usually implies that your family has more money.
That's true.
It's public school's free. But also, yeah, like I just feel like obviously Supreme had their big pop off. I don't think they're as popular now.
No, not
Not in the slightest.
It was like in the Tumblr days, but that was like for the people a couple classes below us.
I want to say like up to a couple years ago, Supreme was like that drop, and now I just don't. Maybe because we're older, but like I don't see anybody ever rocking Supreme.
No one.
in
I don't.
public.
I feel like no one even takes Supreme seriously anymore like
No,
that.
bro, no, because it's all the same shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I did have Supreme boxers just because they were like cheap. But you know who the collab was on the brand? Hanes. And I was like, I do like these boxers. They are very cool. But you know what I started buying?
Hanes.
Just regular Hanes boxers. I was
Yeah.
like, congrats, Supreme. You didn't make me a...
A Supreme fan. You made me a Hanes fan.
Yeah.
Like you did the opposite of what you wanted
dorks.
to do.
Bro, check my closet. They're all Hanes. Because I'm...
You hang them up like that?
No.
You hang them up on the hangers like that? No. Your underwear?
My closet?
You don't fold them and put them in a drawer?
What do you mean?
You said check out my closet. That's where you hang your clothes.
No. People have f***ing shelves in their closets.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Go look at my room.
That's
two
not
different
normal
shelves.
at all. That's completely
I have
not
a camera
normal
shelf
behavior.
and a f***ing clothes shelf.
Well, because you're abnormal.
Yeah. Like that's what I was saying is like all my socks, they're all the same brand, which is Stance. You know, not to plug in brands, but it is what it is. Most of my shirts. Okay, so if I'm gonna like go out and be a normal daily shirt, it's a built shirt. If I'm going to the gym, I just have like my mix match like long sleeve Hanes or like my Vans tee. Like
Okay.
going back to the Vans thing is they make the most comfortable like regular cut t-shirts to actually work out in. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, like a
But,
basic tee.
But I enjoy working out in like my Vans shirt. Like I feel like I'm 12 wearing it, but like it just says Vans across the top.
Yeah, it's just a comfy shirt.
Yeah, and it's great to work out in.
Yeah.
Like all my shit's the same. It's like, yeah, you didn't make me a Supreme fan, you dorks. You made me a Hanes fan.
Now I'm a Hanes fan. Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. I get the emails and shit.
Signed up for their newsletter.
Yeah. I'm over here like, that's a good deal.
Wake up in the morning and read your Hanes emails.
Yep.
Wow.
And they have great customer support too.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, I mean, it's like I'm thinking back to when I went to Europe, and I must have been like 13 years old or something. And we went to the Gucci store, and like we went through to the Louis store, the Gucci store, the Burberry store.
Where were you? What?
This was in
Venice.
You
said Europe, but
in Venice.
In Venice? Yeah,
Venice.
yeah. Okay.
And we went to the Louis store first, and I mean, as a kid, like didn't care about any of that stuff. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I was looking at the quality of the brand, and I was very impressed with the store. You know, like as a kid, I had zero interest in any of that stuff. And then now, like growing up, you see people that are my age, like they live and breathe those brands now.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, wow.
I feel like the older generation had the money to actually spend on it because obviously they were able
they
were able to buy affordable houses and affordable cars. And
Yeah.
not 10% on an interest rate.
Yeah, but I feel like I mean, they're fakes, but everyone wants their like flex their designer, whether it be fake or real.
Yeah. But I mean, like a lot now, it's like there's no way people are buying it at that normal rate unless you're that rich few.
Yeah, unless you can just drop 6 bands on a bag.
Think about it. Houses in San Diego were like what, $250 back in that day. So obviously you had the extra money to be able to spend on whatever you wanted. Nowadays, a regular ass house in San Diego costs like 900 G's.
Yeah, dude. Like
depending where it is. Like when
like
people don't have the money.
$300,000 in like the 80s or something is worth like damn near $1 million now.
Yeah, so people were buying houses for way cheaper. Granted, the income was much lower, but it's like the income to spending ratio was closer. Now it's like they're not even within like a fucking finger length.
Yeah, no, the one line is way above the other one.
Have you seen that live? Have you seen that live thing where like they showed the ticker of where like cost and like
in terms of inflation and value of the dollar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, it was basically the same thing, but like it was cost of living to income. And just the discrepancy
right. And the cost of income goes literally almost straight up, and then the other one line stays exactly the same, if not down a little bit
within
more.
maybe 10% of itself,
right?
And then the other one's inflated to like 40 to 50% of itself. I'm like,
so gross, dude.
That's crazy.
We're taking on that mantle of shit that's been given to us by the older generations, and then they're pointing the finger at us, saying that it was our fault that this happened.
I mean, I wouldn't even say that because, like, obviously those internet takes to me are kind of like, they're kind of just straw man arguments. People put them up to be like, oh, he said something. And then everyone has to, like, take it down. But, I mean, that's just inflation, cost of living, not great leadership. And, it is what it is. Like, there's not really much you can do about it because you can't just go in and do, like, a money squish. Because everyone that has shit now would be worth less.
You can't. It's not like sending some of the circulation of a shit coin to the blender and being like, we burned, 30% of the token, so now like it's worth more.
Yeah.
Like if you did that in real life, it's like that money would have to like people would literally have to give their money away,
Yeah.
and no one wants to give their money away.
No.
They're just gonna print more of it.
I mean, I feel like that's the problem we're facing right now is that all the money that was just recently printed with obviously the Panda Express happening.
That
And then obviously
those consequences are catching up to us now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously all the foreign spending. Obviously, I'm not going to go into anything specific.
But it's all those things
Yeah.
together over the last couple of years have just made it a lot harder for
Plus
us to exist.
The very poor leadership that we currently
Well,
have.
that's what I'm saying.
You know?
It's all of those things.
All of those things are just like, well, yeah, and here it goes.
Dude, and now we're sitting here with our hands in our pants, not able to do much about it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Wild times. But hey, man, I'm out here enjoying my life day to day, working my silly little job, going back to my place, playing my silly games.
Yeah. I guess, like, in a sense where, like, if you think about it, like, it is all good, but also, like, when you look at it, obviously it's more of, like, I feel like an American ideology where it's like, yeah, but more could be done.
Oh, of course, more can be done.
More could be had.
Hell yeah.
Like, I'm not saying my life is bad right now, but also I'm saying, like, there could be more.
Given the situation, it could be better.
We're working towards it, you know? It is what it is.
But it's just gonna take us longer to get to a point where we're like actually chill versus back then. Like if we were in the 70s, it would have taken us half the time to get a house and like have those things and like be secure.
Yeah.
And like have a decent savings and all that and like be able to live your life. Instead of now, it's gonna take us twice as long to do it because everything just costs so much more.
Yeah. I mean, but also I'd say people are making, like, a lot of people I know are making good money, but it's just like, also,
things just cost more. That's what I'm saying. Like,
you know what's weird is seeing how often people go out.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm not hating. Do your thing. Spend your money the way you want. But also, like, I understand why some of our generation honestly doesn't have houses and doesn't have, like, things.
Because all the money's going somewhere else.
Because I look on Instagram in any given day, and the same group of people's, you know, say a lot of the majority, like, people are just out partying and drinking all the time, or like they're out drinking all Saturday, and I'm like, that has to be a lot of money.
At least $100.
Not even, bro. I'm thinking.
Well, that's not, at least
more, like way more. At least 150, because alcohol's expensive.
Let's say, okay, well, let's break it down. Let's say you Uber somewhere. Let's say you get an Uber with your friends, or you're gonna meet them somewhere because you don't want to drive because you're gonna be drinking.
Yeah, Ubers aren't cheap. Like,
so you spend
$25.
you spend $25 on an Uber. Okay, you go downtown. You hit the first spot. You get something to eat. $25 to eat. Then you get
a cocktail or two.
You get two, 3 drinks maybe. That's another like $30-$40 there. You've already spent $100.
Yeah.
So then you're gonna go bar hopping for how many hours? You're gonna go to how many places and get how many drinks over the period of the day? Yeah, dude, that's easily $250.
Yeah, I think even the people that make good money that I know of, and they're still going out that often all the time. Yeah, I get it. Like, you know, we're gonna do this, have money, make memories. But I was like, the generation before was already like had a house by 24, and like I could see why a lot of our generation can't buy houses, where it's like either you're not making enough money or you're making good money but you choose to rent it, spend it on the rent, and then having good times, which I get it, you know, but also it's like, damn, you got to put a root down at some time. You know, like if I was making the good money that I see some of these people making, I'd be living the same lifestyle that I do now, saving all of it, getting ready, or not even all of it, just like getting ready for a house payment or whatever. Like, it's very alien. Like, you know how back in, like, your parents, they both own their places before they met each other?
Oh, yeah, dude. My mom had a BMW. She had her own, 3-bedroom house, like, by herself with her one job that she worked.
Yeah. But, like, nowadays, you don't see people buying houses unless they have a significant other. Like, I feel like that's a lot of the reason why people date, too, nowadays, is because you genuinely need someone that you can financially depend on because it's so expensive.
You can't do it on your own like that. You can't be an individual person with a good job and good spending habits and just like buy a house and live comfortably by yourself if you wanted to. Like that option's not there anymore.
I would say maybe unless you're just randomly killing it somewhere, but you're in like a less desirable area of a state or just a less desirable state.
Yeah. Like let's say you worked like a skill job, like let's say you were really good or you were like top of the line in welding or something in some weird town in Ohio or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're making bank and you can afford to live out there, but it's like
you're living out there.
You're living out there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like you're making the money to like, yeah, you can afford your own place, you can afford your truck, you can afford your tools, you have your, you own your actual property, and like, yeah, those are all nice things, but think about where you're staying at comparatively.
I think it's one of the shitty things about living in such a good area, like in a good city that obviously is now the most expensive city in the U.S. But also, I guess it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, other places are nice and they do look nice, and I've been places where I like, but also it's like we have the beach here, we have good weather here, we have better restaurants than I've had most other places.
The experience is going to be top notch living out here.
Yeah, and that's why people want to come here.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's the price you pay for living in San Diego.
Yeah, like like when I went to Texas that time and there was a good time, it looked like people get on well, you know. But also, it's like
It's not the same.
it's not the same. And then also, like, I guess the one thing for me is I have like all my family out here too, you know. So it's kind of
Oh
like,
yeah.
like I don't want to live in like another state and be like watch like my nephews grow up
Without
not
you.
knowing who the fuck.
Well,
I am.
that was my problem when I lived out of state.
Yeah,
Was For a while I was okay with not being around for family events because in my mind at the time it didn't matter to me.
yeah,
But as I got older, I was like, dude, I miss my family. Like I miss just having Thanksgiving dinner or whatever, or just
hmm
seeing my aunts and uncles and
especially you, because I see that you don't like to like travel ever. So like I could see how you could probably get in your loop up where you were.
yeah,
And then just
oh
never
yeah.
come down for shit.
Yeah, for sure. And I just got so into my flow of existence that like I didn't need to see family. I was just fine
hmm
going to work, going back home, staying in the house, and that's it. No family events, no nothing, no anything. But then yeah, after a while, it was after that last year, when my fiance came to visit, it kind of hit me afterwards. I was like, yeah, it would be really nice to be around family now because
Yeah.
I'm at that age where it's like it matters to me that I spend this time with my family.
Yeah. Well, especially your parents are getting older.
Well,
and then
yeah.
obviously, like all the young kids in your family are like, we don't know who this fucking guy is. You know?
Right. Well, my one younger cousin, like her and I always got along very well.
hmm
And so she always asked about me and like asked how I was doing and like I don't know, it just not that I'm like truly heartbroken that I missed those earlier years, but I now have to live with the fact that like for 4 or 5 years like I didn't watch them grow up and I didn't hang out with them and like
Yeah.
I didn't get to play around with them when they were, smaller kids, and now like the youngest one is like 12 or something and all they do is sit on the phone and look at videos and TikTok and
Yeah.
just like every other kid, like they're not interested in playing and rough housing and running around the house anymore. And so I missed obviously that little chapter with those cousins of mine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that made me realize like being with family is very important.
And that's why, like, I obviously, I've had girls that want to take me out of San Diego, and I'm like, no,
No.
not happening. Why the fuck would I do that? Leave my family behind because you don't really have like much family? Like,
Right.
why do I have to pay the
Like
punishment?
why
for
do you
that?
have to sacrifice?
Yeah. And that's why
I get that.
that's why I like having my nephews close. Like I hang out with my nephews like once or twice a week. Obviously one's like a baby, but then one is like 5, 6ish. So like
But being there for those
I-
milestones is nice.
yeah, I already have like a better relationship than I had with my uncles. Like it's not gonna be just like the uncle that comes, oh hey uncle, whatever.
And
They'll be
it's
like,
whatever.
oh hey uncle, check this out. It's
Mhm.
gonna be more like you're closer to them, which is
Yeah.
good.
It's an actual like friendship / like family relationship
Yeah.
that was nurtured from the beginning. It wasn't like you're just here, for a day and then you're gone for
6
months or years or
Yeah.
however long, and then
Where you're like, oh hey, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
Oh nice, how you been? Small
because
talk every time.
then like the kid grows up and it's like they don't see you as like family, they see you as like separated,
Yeah,
and you can't ever get over that.
and that's what I don't want, especially with obviously the world is getting less family oriented. It seems like, or less like
Yeah, those things
you have
matter,
a group
dude.
of people,
Those
you
things
know?
matter.
Like I always use this example. Like back in the day, humans like fucking lived in tribes. Like everybody was like almost like a family. Everyone took care of each
Mhm.
other. Everybody took care.
It was multiple
Everybody helped
families
took care of kids.
acting as one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas like now in today's society, it's each family unit is by themselves. And
If
then,
they're
like,
even a family unit.
Yeah. And just in general, things are more divisive. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think obviously as I get older, like family values and shit is like way higher of a
Mhm.
priority.
Yeah.
Like even if I see like let's say this girl or whatever, a girl, nameless, doesn't exist. The home life ain't great. this, that, the other. I'm probably gonna steer clear personally because I want someone that knows how to cooperate in a family. Yeah, there's arguments, yeah, there's disagreements and shit, but it's not like the trend where it's like, oh yeah, I don't talk to anybody from my family. I blocked everybody. I think that's lame.
It's like, dang, that's very
Unless there was
lonely.
actual wrong things happening, I get it. Like your
Yeah,
mom buying
if there
a
was
car under your credit and not telling you.
if there was an actual event that led to that where it's just better off that you're separated from them
Yeah.
because they're just toxic people or whatever,
Yeah.
this abusive people, whatever, then all power to you, right? Like nobody deserves to be in those types of situations.
I agree.
But I realized after choosing to live by myself and away from my family, I realized that I actually missed my family a lot.
Yeah, and I'm sure your parents like having you back, right?
Oh, for sure. My mom loves it.
Yeah, especially since it's literally just them in that big ass house,
Right,
and the cat. But
Well, and the cat, yeah, but it's nice because my mom likes having me around, and now my dad and I are at that age where it's like our jokes are pretty much the same.
yeah, because you're talking to him like a human rather than like that's my dad.
Right.
You know?
It's so now my mom has to deal with two fucking idiots in the
Yeah,
house making stupid
and
jokes.
isn't it cool when your dad like obviously my dad's on Instagram probably more than he should be, so like he'll send me shit, and like I'll wake up with a bunch of notifications, so I'll skim through them,
Yeah.
But isn't that funny now that like you can send them something wild, like I don't know, like fucking cat doing something weird or
Something stupid.
like something fucking genuinely stupid, and you send it to them, and like obviously it's their first time
Yeah.
seeing it, and they're like, "Whoa!"
right. Like their reaction is very genuine when it comes to online stuff.
Did you ever see that girl? She's by the pool. It's this video. It's a really old like video. It's probably like 5 or 6 years old now, maybe older. Where she sets up her phone, where it's like in the era where like you didn't set up your phone to film yourself, that type of shit.
Oh, okay.
She sets up her phone and walks across the pool, and then goes to lay on like a lounge chair. But then one of the legs in the lounge chair slips off and goes into the pool. So she say it's horizontal, she's vertical, and so she's laying on it sideways, like I would be on the couch right here.
Yeah.
And the thing falls, and she goes like this, and like her whole lower back just smacks into the pool side.
Oh my god, it's
And
so
like the
painful.
thing sinks, and she's just in the water, and she gets up, and the video cuts after that.
Yeah.
Because her back's probably gonna hurt forever because of that.
Dude.
I sent him that like a couple months ago, and he fucking thought it was the funniest thing. He
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
"No, dude, bro, she's dead." And I'm like, but like we all know, like things happen. on
Yeah,
the
things
internet.
happen.
Like,
Yeah, it's just a funny video.
or the ones where like I like that I hate watching them, but like I can't help it. The ones where like they're jumping off a roof or something into a pool.
Oh my god.
There was this one where the dude jumps off like this awning. It's like a bungalow, so it's like sheet metal. Jumps off, his foot slips while he's jumping, so you lose the traction.
Yeah, you lose the traction. You don't go anywhere.
And like, so the pool had the jacuzzi was right below where he was, but he was gonna try to clear the jacuzzi to make it into the pool.
Oh my god.
So you have
dude.
like the wall right there that's probably about 5 inches thick,
Uh-huh.
and then the pool.
Right.
He fucking pushes off the thing, loses traction, stomach, right on that, and then he just gets up and goes.
Oh my dude.
And my dad was like, "No, he's fucking dead."
All organs bruised and damaged. There's a similar one where it's this one's actually a girl on the roof, and it's one of those like a bungalow like that.
Yeah.
But it's one of those patios where it's like the very thin sticks of wood holding up the sheet metal awning thing. Like it was just haphazardly built just to make shade. Somehow they got up on there. And the girl stepped, and it like her foot went through because it was like not secured enough.
Yeah.
So the foot went through and bent at the knee forward, not backward, forward. Then the person falls on their side, right on the edge of the pool, smacks the side of their dome on the edge of the pool, and then rolls into the pool.
Yikes! If she was by herself, she'd have probably died.
She would have probably died.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
But also, it's like one of those things where it's like people do stupid shit, especially when there's alcohol involved. And like
They're like, "Hey, watch this. I'll be okay."
yeah, but it's also one of those things where like it would just never cross my mind to do something. Like I don't even stand like if somebody had a skateboard, I wouldn't even stand on it just on the fact that like
You could fall
it
back
fucking
and smack your dome.
or even like smack my knee. Now I'm like in shambles for about 4 to 6 months. Like I don't even want to run the risk of like getting hurt and shit like that. So like to me, I'm just like,
No, dude.
did it?
I'll show my mom those videos sometimes. You just see her like clutching her pearls, like saying a prayer under her breath. I'm like, Mom, they're fine. They're probably okay.
Mom, it's natural selection. Just let it happen.
Yeah, that's just how life is.
We get to laugh, the few.
No, so my mom will get those like weird cat videos, people falling down videos, and then hummingbird videos. Those are the big three that I send her. And then my dad, all he gets is car shit.
Yeah.
That's it. And watch stuff.
Yeah.
Like the only YouTube links that are valid to him are like a car video or a watch video. Like he will not, he refuses to open the link if it's anything but those two
That's
topics.
so funny.
So now I know. So like I'll see some guy building like a GTR in his garage or something. It's like a 2-hour video, and I'll send it to him, and it'll just say read, and then he won't reply for like 3 days. And then after he just replies with another link to a different car video.
Yeah.
It's like that's just how we communicate now.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
It is kind of funny. But like the thing that I hated the most back when like it was the earlier days of social media, when you'd share your mom a video, who's that? Who's in the video? Who are they?
As if they're your friends and you
As
know
if
them.
I fucking know them. I'm like,
It's like, dude,
so like every time
these
I
are
would
strangers.
ask, I would tell her, I'm gonna show you this. Don't ask me who it is. Don't ask me where it is. Don't ask me if they're okay.
I don't
'Cause
know any of
fucking
this
know.
information.
I'm just here to laugh. Show them that. You know,
This is purely for the sake of me seeing your reaction
just observe it.
to a ridiculous thing.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
I don't know why that would do it. Get me. Who is that? What? Where?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
Shut up and watch.
Yeah. It's like, what the
You're
fuck?
like, you're not even paying attention. Like they're looking at you like, who is this? Like what's happening in this video?
Yeah.
You're like, just watch the fucking
Are
thing.
they
Like,
okay? I don't know. And I
I literally
truly,
do not care.
I don't care.
I don't care
I
if they're okay
I
or
just want
not.
to see some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, how about the genre of like people getting fucking hit by cars? The ones where like
The ones at the car meet?
Yeah, like car meets ones, or like the Mustang loses. Dude, why are they so prominent now? Maybe because everybody has a phone. And like that Mercedes guy, to where he had the black GT.
And he went into
And
he was at the it was like a superstore, it was like a supermarket, and there were like people crowded around like the parking lot.
Yeah,
Is
and then
that
the
one?
food just floors it, loses control, but somehow it's still flooring it, and just totally, it looked like bowling pins. Those people look like bowling pins.
It's just one. At least, I don't know. Because I can't. I'm having a hard time like thinking of what goes through a person's mind that's doing something like that, because I would never do something like that. But if I were
Even
that
if I had a
person,
sports car, one,
if I had a sports car,
people are in the car, I'm not doing it, and two,
Right.
there's public around, I'm not doing it.
exactly.
If you're in an open street by like your old high school, and like, yeah, sure, rip it, but be mindful. What
Be
can
mindful.
happen. But also, it's like, why are you doing crazy things in these overpowered cars?
Because
You think you
because
look
they know
cool.
they're gonna get attention from it. It's all for the attention, dude.
I think the thing is like, you wanted attention, cool.
Now
Now you're a felon,
Now you're a felon, straight up.
and you're paying for 3 people's medical. Not to mention the
3
insurance.
or more people's medical.
Now, not to mention like you may have killed someone, so that's vehicular manslaughter. That's fucking endangerment of anyone in the car, right?
Well,
That's
it's reckless endangerment. It would be attempted. What's it? It would be like attempted murder,
or assault with a deadly weapon.
assault with the it would be assault with a deadly weapon for sure. Reckless endangerment. Fuck, it'd be a lot of speeding. It'd just be a lot of things. It'd be like 4 or 5 things, dude.
Yeah. So what happens? Like, say that guy in the Mercedes does go to jail. So the insurance goes, well, he clearly can't pay it because he's in jail. The Mercedes dealership is like, well, he can't pay it because
It probably goes to collections until gets out.
if he ever gets out.
If he ever gets out,
Fucking
or whenever
idiot.
he does.
Yeah. Damn.
But
bro.
yeah, it's it'll probably, if something like that is on your name, it probably just goes to collections, I would say.
And then obviously that tanks everything. That tanks your finances. That tanks where you live. That tanks
Everything, dude.
That tanks
Your
credit.
insurance will
Say-
never recover from that.
Say you get out, dude. You get out. Your credit score is gonna be like a 100. Your insurance rate, even if you're driving like a fucking,
Even if you're
old
driving a
Honda
piece of
Civic.
shit car,
it's gonna be like 1,000 a month.
dude, it'll be more than that probably
But
with
I feel
something like that.
The people that are there don't deserve to get hit, but the guy that's doing the dumb shit, I think, deserves whatever punishments he gets. Because like,
100%.
dude,
Those
you're-
bystanders were just bystanders.
Yeah.
They were just, here for
They're-
a good time,
yeah.
whatever. Because you're not going to expect someone to just rip it and shred the tires in a parking lot, like when
Yeah.
there's hella people around you.
yeah,
Like that person had no regards for their safety or anybody else's safety. They were just like, look at all these people looking at me. I'm well known on the internet. I'm just gonna floor it for the clip. And
Yeah.
then, in that moment, it's it just happens in a split second, and their foot's already on the gas. They already have lost full control of the car. There's within 4 seconds, there's nothing, absolutely nothing they can do because the car is already moving. You're not going to instantaneously stop the car. So it's just one of those, like, everything lined up and hit the green light, and then disaster struck immediately after.
My thing is, if you really want your car and you really want to speed and stuff, find a local track and go buy track time, or go get a time where everyone else is on the track.
There's a time and a place for everything, for sure.
Like, for sure, if I had the money to have, like, a nice Mercedes like that, or, like, obviously my dream car, the Porsche GT3 with the big DRS wing on it, I would honestly probably have it freighted to Texas for, like, I'd probably spend like a month there.
And just go to Coda.
And go to Coda. Yeah. Whenever the openings are, I would love to drive Coda. You know, have someone teach me how to drive.
Do like an hour or however long the time is.
10 laps, whatever the fuck
something like that.
Like, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't know how to drive a car like that, but, like, I could learn. Or, like, I could have the track people be like, oh, you're going to want to do this.
But that's what it's for.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's what the experience is for, instead of you just doing it on a public road and endangering the safety of others.
Yeah.
It's like those car meets where you get, I don't know, like a bunch of motherfuckers out there, and they just block whatever intersection they want to block.
What are they called? Takeovers?
Takeovers. And then all they do is they just do burnouts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And shred rubber and block traffic, and you know, they're just a nuisance to the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Those ones are arguably worse than the dude that was in the parking lot, because they're being menaces to society. You know what I mean? In the middle of the fucking street.
But also the people at the takeover.
Then you have the dudes standing there, like, with their phones out. You know what I mean? Like, right there as the dude's, like, swinging the tail end of his car. They get smacked and get sent cartwheeling through the air, and they fold like a fucking wallet on the ground.
I would say those people that are over there at the takeover, and they're standing near cars doing that, I feel like...
They should know what they're getting themselves into.
To me, I don't feel as bad, because, like, you should know what you're getting into.
Right, I feel less bad, but it's worse.
Yes, but I feel more bad for the people that are just standing. Like, those guys were sitting there near, like, a car doing whatever, and then that car just comes plowing into them. One dude looks like he gets pinned between the two cars. Oh, shit. I mean, I hope he didn't.
No, dude could have very well been paralyzed from the legs down.
Or dead.
Yeah. Or imagine it crushes so much of his organs that he just bleeds out and dies.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I would say being paralyzed is worse than just dying, because at least you're just dead.
In my perspective, I agree. I wouldn't even want to be alive.
I'd rather would have just, if I'm in that much pain in that situation, I'm just like, let me die.
I'm sure there's paralyzed people out there that go, hey, it's better than being dead. But also from our able-bodied perspective. Just send me.
I really don't have an opinion, because I'm able-bodied. But
I wouldn't want to be.
But I'd like to think in that situation, if I was suffering like that, I'd be like, all right, just see ya.
Dude, but how about the people that are at those takeovers and they end up under the car, they get hit, and the car's still spinning wheels?
Yeah. No, there's that one guy.
The one that dude gets his fucking clothes ripped off. It's like, dude, I know that
it was like
hurts.
On his ass, like burning his own rubber, you know? That's like the equivalent of that donkey video where the guy gets bit on the back by a donkey.
Oh my
and
God.
He like does the back arch like with his hand to his back, you know?
Because you know that shit hurt. Like, he didn't even make a loud sound particularly. Like, it was more pain than just like...
He was in complete silence, like mouth open, just like... you know, like, so much pain that you can't even make a sound.
Dude, no, yeah, I know that shit hurts so bad. And like,
dude, probably wakes up every morning pissed as fuck looking at that donkey, like, fuck you.
Dude, it was probably like a big purple welt.
He got him right on this top of the shoulder blade, dude. Dude, bit like that was a lot of skin, dude. It was so much. And the guy, like, he's straight, like, back arched with his hands out like a dog, you know, like rolling on its back. Like a pug that can't get up when it's on its back. You know, he's just like, ah.
Because, like, you know that shit hurt, and, like, the way it got you, like, no, only like a fucking contortionist can reach back there.
You can't fully reach to that top part of your shoulder unless you like break your arm. So he's trying to touch it to, like, you know, ease the pain, but he can't.
And my favorite part is, like, dude's barefoot in shorts, and he's in like a fucking Miami Heat jersey. And you know damn well it's shot in a country where he's not a fan of the Miami Heat. It's just a shirt that he stumbled upon, you know?
To him, it just keeps the wind off his skin.
Yeah, it just keeps the sun off his back.
There is no emotional attachment to that piece of cloth whatsoever. It just got bit the fuck out of by a donkey.
By a fucking donkey turns around and smacks the shit out of the donkey. Dude, I would too, bro. I'd be like, because like it'd be one of those things where like clearly that donkey thought it was okay to bite him. So now he's able, in my opinion, he's able to retaliate by smacking the shit out of it. And some people could go, "Oh, you shouldn't hit an animal," but it's like that animal engaged in negative behavior with you. That's primal. You're allowed to defend yourself.
That's a violent act, dude.
But obviously, that donkey honestly looked like he was on some hater shit from the beginning.
That donkey looked like it was just abused from the get-go and just doesn't like the guy.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a donkey in real life? Like not the one in. Remember we randomly saw one.
Dude, we went to Old Town
and the dude was chilling there, and he started going. Like doing the sound. I was like, holy shit, they really do that.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, but have you seen them in the wild though? They're hilarious. They'll just stand near a cactus and just like stoic ass looking.
Nah.
I think it was in Arizona. I've seen them.
I don't think I've ever seen one just like in the wild minding its business.
You've never seen any ass in the wild?
No ass like that.
I've seen caged up ass.
A lot of caged ass, but no free roam ass.
Dude, what are the point of donkeys? Like
donkeys were made as literally to carry stuff through the mountains.
Really?
Yes, but then they were made.
They're clearly part of the horse family, right?
It's like a cruel existence because donkeys shouldn't technically exist. It's just it's when a horse. Fuck, dude.
Let's look it up.
I had the thought and like I knew what it was, but I can't. Just look it up on the Google machine. How are donkeys made? Let's see what it has to say. Donkeys made.
No, horses and donkeys are two different species.
A donkey bred to a donkey produces a donkey. Donkey jacks are crossed on horse mares to produce mules. That's what I was thinking of, mules.
Okay. So
yeah, so like a male donkey getting a female horse pregnant produces a mule, and a mule can't make more mules. But a donkey breeding with a donkey just makes more donkeys. Does that make sense?
Wait, no way. So
yes.
A mule is born sterile?
A mule can't make more mules. You can only make mules by mating donkeys and horses. Because I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
That's fucking
That's what I was
crazy.
getting confused on. Is one you can't like make one in nature. Yeah. You can't make. That's what I'm saying. It's like an accident. That you wouldn't normally breed a donkey and a horse.
All right, hear me out. I'm not going to say it on air. The mule ends up with 63. Mules can either be male or female because the odd number of chromosomes. They can't reproduce.
Yeah.
So they're literally
creating a new thing. Mules aren't natural.
Like
a mule is a human-made thing.
Oh, wow. That's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Would have never known that.
It's wild.
That's crazy. That's insane. So that they're basically making. I don't want to say like
it's like genetic engineering almost.
It's almost like they're producing, not a clone, but like I don't want to say the R word either.
It's like in like a multiverse theory, where you have like the main timeline, and then you have other branches of timelines. So like. There are variants of you that are created that are separate. A mule is like a variant of a donkey. You know what I mean?
I get the analogy, but it's terrible.
I'm sorry.
They're basically
That's the first thing that came to my mind, and I just shot it out. But you know what I mean? Like it's.
How do I say this in a nice way? They're basically making a special need breed of horse
for their own purpose.
For the purpose of just working them.
Yes. It's like a human-made animal slave.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
God damn it! Was that was a donkey that we saw in Little Italy?
It was a donkey.
That wasn't a mule. Right?
It wasn't a mule. It was a donkey.
So donkeys
are normal, like Earth-made creatures. Those are just naturally occurring creatures.
And so
same as a horse.
How do you get a mule again? You breed a donkey and a horse.
A male donkey breeds with a female horse, gets a mule. But a donkey breeding with a regular donkey gets another donkey.
That's so insane.
Yeah.
How am I 27 just learning this? Did you know that the whole time?
I didn't know the full details the whole time, but I knew that one of them wasn't naturally made. A mule or a donkey, and I wasn't sure which one was which.
There's a fucking whole diagram.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a scientific breakthrough.
Okay. What's a hinny then?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
A hinny. He's on the diagram.
I don't know what that is.
Donkey, horse.
I don't know
What the
horses, man.
fuck's-
I'm not a horse guy.
Yeah. Let me look it up. What's a hinny?
I'm weird, but I'm not that weird.
A hinny is a domestic hybrid, offspring of a male horse and a female donkey.
What?
It is the reciprocal cross to the common mule, which can product of male donkey and female horse. Oh!
Okay, so it's the reverse.
So if you reverse it, you get something different, which is a
Gotcha.
hinny, which
Yeah.
he looks dumb stupid.
So a henny and a mule are both man-made slave animals, work animals.
All right, let's switch it up. What happens if you throw a zebra in the mix? I'm just kidding.
I
I'm
don't
just
know,
kidding.
dude. Although you get some wild things.
Dude, holy shit, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, they do look a little goofy.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this fuck.
It's not naturally earth-made, man. I'm telling you,
Bro's like,
those should not exist in nature.
dog's like, I'm cramping.
Yeah, dude, these things are mistakes.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's go ahead and end the episode on that. That was a roller
Yeah.
coaster of an
It
episode.
was a roller coaster episode for sure.
Hinnies, I think, are also sterile.
Damn.
Why is my brother calling me? But all right, so
All
I
right,
hope you guys
guys.
enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, we're gonna cut it off here.
You know, we had a good time. Now we're gonna go get lunch. Hopefully, you guys get something good too.
Yeah, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time, guys.
Bye.